My name is Marni, and from here on out, I am going to be your very own personal wing girl. You hear it every single week, but it's my job to give you the no BS, honest truth about what women want versus what they say they want. And I put up new videos every Tuesday, so please keep an eye out for my videos. One of the biggest complaints I get about dating is getting ghosted, which right now is a big topic. Nothing is more heart-wrenching than thinking a date went well and then poof. The girl is never to be heard from again. It sucks, I know. And it happens to so many of the guys that I work with. And there's only one person it hurts more than these guys. That's me, because I know exactly why they're getting ghosted and what they should have done to avoid it. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 reasons you are getting ghosted by women and how to stop the ghosting once and for all. So keep watching. So what are the top 5 reasons you keep getting ghosted by women you think you have a connection with? And here they are. Reason number 1, you didn't establish a rapport with the woman during the date. And this is so important. A lot of guys think it's all about attraction and flirting and getting her interested, and that's all they focus on, when the truth is that's about half of what you need to do. The other half is getting to know each other, getting her to trust and open up with you. And if you haven't done this, you can expect her to flake. Reason number 2, you weren't completely honest about your intention. So you need to be upfront about what you are expecting and what you want. If you're looking for something casual, make it clear, be casual. If you're looking for something serious, same thing. Obviously, there are smooth and socially calibrated ways of doing this, which I can teach you, but you get the point. You can start to keep yourself and your intentions in check by setting intentions prior to a date and then checking to see if you did what you intended to. So for example, my intention is to flirt with this woman. My intention is to let her know I'm attracted to her. My intention is to sleep with this woman. Then, after the date, you can revisit that list of intentions and see if you did those things. If not, then you know what needs to be worked on and potentially why she didn't feel that spark and is no longer responding to your texts, because your intention was off and you were covering something up. Reason number 3, you didn't set the expectation. So you need to let her know that you plan on contacting her again or plan on taking her out again. And nothing is more attractive than a man who can set an agenda. I've heard so many stories from women about a great date that they had with a great guy, but then they didn't hear from him until 3 weeks later. By that time, they were over the guy and kind of pissed at him and didn't feel the need to respond back, and they kind of felt played. Don't be too assertive, or you might make this mistake though, which is reason number 4. You put too much pressure on her too soon. If you catch yourself planning the next few months with a person and you're only on the first meetup, then you might be doing this. Never pressure someone's agenda too much. You want to be firm in what you want, but always leave them the option to follow their own agenda, whatever it may be. So I've had this happen to me a lot of times. I've been on a date and me and the guy are connecting, we're joking around, we're flirting a little bit, not necessarily into each other yet, but we're having a good fluid conversation. And then he keeps bringing up things for us to do together in the future. And I'm never really sure if this is said from nerves or neediness or excitement for me, but I have to tell you, it just feels deflating. Like he's on a totally different track than me and way ahead of me on this date, which typically results in me losing steam as I no longer feel as connected to him. So ease up on the pressure and setting up the future plans. And if you guys are going to see each other again, it won't be because you locked her down and got her committed to 4 plans in the future. Okay, now I'm going to reveal the 5th reason and the biggest reason that you are probably getting ghosted. But before I share this one, I wanted to share an email from one of the Wing Girl Method's Facebook group members, W. W wrote to me once things started to click for him. In his response, he reveals the 5th and most common reason women ghost you and don't want to see you again. By the way, W was over the moon happy because he finally realized why he continuously was ghosted, and now he knows how to avoid it. Okay, so here's his email. Marni, first off, I don't know why it took me so long to realize this, but the reason us guys get ghosted is because women typically don't want or don't know how to tell you that they're not interested or they're uncomfortable doing so. I had a date with this one woman. We made great eye contact. I even got a kiss on the lips. It seemed to be going really, really well. But I couldn't tell in that moment that things were lacking, but it was actually very obvious. The date consisted of me asking questions for interesting things about herself, her talking about herself and her job 95% of the time, and her asking questions about me. A nice exchange that I now realize didn't necessarily mean she was into me. She just enjoyed me. It wasn't until working with you that I learned this key difference. In the past, I always confused a good connection with her being sexually attracted to me. I mistook all her talking and question asking as sexual interest in me. I now know that in the past, I had not done enough flirting with women, and just getting a woman talking about herself is not flirting. Thanks for all your help, and glad I can finally see what I was doing wrong and how to change it in the future. Signed, W. So this is a pretty huge insight that may or may not make sense to you completely, but hopefully it does. But it is the fifth reason you are probably getting ghosted. As W expressed in this email, the key issue for so many men, and what's most confusing, is that they can mistake a nice connection for her being sexually attracted to you. Big difference. Women can connect and even have a great time with a man without wanting anything romantic with him. Getting women to talk is simply not enough to spark her interest. Do you want to know what is just enough to spark her interest? Some really good, confident flirting. And this is also what W was touching on in his email. And maybe let's consider it the sixth reason, that you are not flirting enough on your dates. If you are not flirting, you are not sparking attraction. As I talked about in reason number one, it's wonderful to build rapport. It's needed and essential for a date. But on the flip side of it, if you are not flirting, you are not creating any sexual attraction or a desire to see you for future dates. Guys who understand this about women are incredibly rare, which is why the few who do get it also have way more sexual options than they can handle. And they rarely get ghosted, because who would want to disappear on a man that can make us feel alive, sexual, and feminine? If you're interested in having the power to quickly create these kinds of emotional connections with women that are sexual in nature, here's what I suggest. Go take a look at my top-rated program, The F Formula, by clicking the link below in the description box or going to winggirlmethod.com/flirt effortlessly. Not only will you discover what women secretly want, the kind of things only a fellow woman could ever tell you, you'll also see exactly how to communicate with us in a way that builds the kind of sexual tension we fantasize about every day. Fair warning though, once your guy friends see the way women respond to you, once you discover this, they may not let you anywhere near their girlfriends or wives, and they'll be like pressuring you to tell them what you're doing. For more tips on how to quickly and easily ignite feelings of attraction, emotional connection in any woman you speak to, simply click the link below or go to winggirlmethod.com/flirt effortlessly. Let me be your wing girl. I'll see you next week.